Welcome to the UglyMugsPodcast. I'm your host, Quincy.
And your other host, Justin.
So let's start with your tea over there because this is one you've done before, but you're trying something different.
I'm trying it with honey. It is a private reserve made by Kroger. It's the green tea, and I added a splash of honey to it.
Now, I think this one already had advertised on the box that you should have done it with honey, and you did sugar last time. So
it's fine either way. I like green tea plain. I don't need sugar. I don't need anything sweet for green tea because I like the taste of green tea.
How do you feel about this with the honey versus when you had it with sugar?
The honey does bring it up a little bit.
Okay.
So I mean, it's whatever.
It's more of a honey tea than a sugar tea.
It's more. Okay. Yeah, it's more of a honey.
No
tea.
lumps.
No lumps.
Okay. I'm doing a K-Cup today. I'm doing Seattle's Best home brew. I've had plenty of Seattle's Best before. I like Seattle's Best. This worked pretty well. I did the biggest setting on the Keurig, so it can handle that without getting watered down. So I'm pretty happy with it. I've tried I think a whole bean on here before for Seattle's Best. There's definitely a difference between the K-Cup to the whole bean. So do you want to talk about the movies from last week, or do you want to jump straight into the news?
Let's start with the movies. It was Clue.
No, that was 2 weeks ago.
That was 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Shit.
Where we did Friday and Walking Tall, the Rock version.
That's right.
Yeah.
Two movies a week kind of melds into one another because you're like, what did I see last week? No, that was the week before. Wait, no, the movie I'm thinking of was the week before.
Yeah, no, we watched Friday. Let's start with that one.
Friday. Very good movie. Very, very good. It had generalized pacing. It had a good overall arc, considering. It was just a good-spirited movie.
You enjoyed it?
I enjoyed it.
What did you think of Ice Cube's acting?
I mean, yeah, it was all right. I mean, I can tell there wasn't much effort put in because
this is something he's experienced in his life.
Yeah, just sitting down, talking on a porch. It doesn't take too much acting. I don't want to, take any discredit from him. He can vocalize. He can go, "Shut up, stupid," that sort of thing. And
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah. He can pull off facial expressions and emote better than a lot of actors. Looking at you, Emma Watson. Yeah, I don't like Emma Watson.
Really?
Yeah, no, her as Belle just really shoves me on.
Well, I mean, those live action movies have all been a little.
Yeah,
it's been a little weirdness.
And
for
her
each
singing
movie.
was another notch down. But that's another time for another story.
I can't sing, so I'm not going to judge.
Yeah, so it's just more along the lines of he was fine. Everybody's fine. Tucker, fine.
Now you thought Chris Tucker was a big actor, and then when we were talking about this,
now hold on. I didn't say that. I just thought he had done more. I thought he had done more.
And with this, you realize that he's only actually done about. It said 22 things on IMDb, but it was counting several of his stand-ups.
Yeah, so 10 acting roles. Would you
Probably.
say?
I mean, the first Friday.
All 3 rush hours.
All 3 rush hours. He was in Fifth Element, and he was in Dead Presidents. Those are the big movies I can think of for him.
Come on.
Well, he's been in more, but those are the big ones.
Yeah. So I mean, I can still quote most of Ruby's lines from Fifth Element.
Now, speaking of quotes, you finally understand your mom's "Bye Felicia" quote.
Yeah, and she's seen it, so I was like, okay, she saw it. I never did.
Yeah, but yeah, your mom's big on "Bye Felicia."
She hates this one particular person, and just luckily her name is Felicia, so she's just like, "Bye Felicia."
Bye Felicia.
She has that underlying with it, but I don't even think that Felicia's seen it. So, moving on from that. And the second movie we saw was Walking Tall.
Well, I want to touch on one more thing for Friday before we move on to Walking Tall.
Okay.
I didn't know this until we were watching it, but this was acting debut for Michael Clark Duncan, and he's just in the background during the craps scene or whatever it was when they're rolling the dice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I love that he had something small when he started. He wasn't just suddenly Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah.
But I mean, you go on to things like Green Mile and him playing Kingpin in the first live action Kingpin.
I still prefer him over every other Kingpin.
I really like Vincent D'Onofrio.
That's the live action.
The live action for the TV show. Yeah.
Okay. I don't mind him either, but prefer Duncan.
Yeah, Duncan.
Because he's got that big imposing body.
Yeah, he's scary. He's scary big.
Yeah, and the camera angles that they gave him were just ones that actually made him look good. And he's supposed to. I have my business side, but I also have my I can rough and tumble side.
And he's also a great actor, so it's just that line deliveries the plot lawyer from Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, like
great.
he is what made that movie adequate. He is what made that movie somewhat adequate.
He's one of the best parts of Green Mile. Like, if they had casted pretty much anyone else for Green Mile, that movie wouldn't have been what it was. Even with Tom Hanks.
There might have been a few mulligans that I might have allowed, but I would have to see them doing that role in order for me to make the full judgment.
Well, and just his stature, too. Like, it would have been really hard to find another actor with his stature, his size.
Fair.
I mean, maybe Ving Rhames. I could have seen Ving Rhames possibly.
Ving might have.
But yeah, we can move on to Walking Tall.
Okay.
Now,
Walking Tall. Now that one,
you didn't know it was based off a true story until I told you.
And I was like, it seems really strange to have all of this happen in a span of a week, week and a half, 2 weeks, and then a jump cut, and then it did another couple of days of time.
Now, The Rock's one's a little looser on the based off of a true story thing. It's a little bit more Hollywood glamorized. But what did you think of the movie overall?
The movie overall, very entertaining. A few scenes, Knoxville, God bless his heart.
Just chewing up that scenery.
He's just eating the entire green, and I wish he was in it a little bit more.
Yeah.
But his character getting knocked out all the time or getting shot up and then getting pushed over to the side, I would have been like, okay, that would make sense for his character. I wouldn't have been surprised if he did all of his stunts himself. Which
Probably.
He probably did.
Probably did.
But I love Johnny. I would love to meet him one day just to hang out, have a quick drink, and just shoot the shit for 5-10 minutes.
And you talked about what was it? I just lost my train of thought there. Oh, you talked about said how Johnny doing an action thing. You're like, I don't know, and like, he didn't really end up doing too much action.
No, like his action scene was looking over a couch and shooting blindly,
or like hitting a guy with a big fake mallet used for like a weight testing game type of thing.
Yeah, and then climbing on a guy's back and getting thrown into things.
Yeah. I read something in the trivia that says he did the People's Elbow, and I couldn't find it in the movie, and it was bothering me. I was looking for it the whole movie and never saw it, so I'm wondering if they like cut it. But we checked the bloopers and deleted scenes, and it also wasn't there.
But there was a alternate ending that I would have preferred over the actual ending.
I'm trying to remember what it was.
The one of them sitting on the porch.
Oh yeah, the porch ending. Yeah. I liked the porch ending.
The porch ending would have made more sense. Because them going back to the bar and closing it down and reopening the mill, sure, that's a strong sentiment, but I still would have preferred the ending where Johnny Knoxville goes, yeah, I got talked to by the DEA. They told me I could put in an application.
Really? Oh, he gave me his card. Oh, well, I looked the phone number up online. The breakdown of him lying about it. He had some great lines in that, though. I hate cops. You've only been a cop for a day, and I'm already starting to hate you.
Walking Tall.
I don't know if you're gonna find it.
I don't know either, but I'm gonna still try.
I'm wondering if that trivia was BS.
Yeah, I don't know.
But all in all, you enjoyed the movie?
I enjoyed the movie.
Good effects. Funny.
Good scenes. When The Rock was in the courtroom and was starting to unbutton, and the judge was getting all, and he was like, "This is what happened to me. I don't want it to happen to anyone else."
Scars looked good. The wounds looked good.
Yeah, they looked fucking meaty. So I was like, okay. But I'm kind of curious onto the mentality of the guy who did it. Like, what was he thinking was going to happen?
I don't know. Crazy fucker. That's what I chop it up to.
But then the recovery scene where he's, laying on the couch, and then all of a sudden, like a couple days later, I'd say maybe a week and a half later, he starts doing sit-ups.
They show him doing the sit-ups and push-ups. And
okay.
You got Knoxville laughing his ass off to cartoons.
And that seemed like some real hearty actual laughs from him.
Yeah.
So he was probably watching something from his history.
Something. So not mad with either one of those?
No, they were really good. Tonight's, we had to do a little bit of kerfuddling because we couldn't find a certain flick. But we are still doing Mel Brooks / Gene Wilder.
Yes. So we're doing Blazing Saddles, which... I warned you because I know how you feel about racist stuff, that this is taking a stab at racist people.
Yeah, I've seen two scenes. I've seen two very small scenes from Blazing Saddles, and they were the one of which was one of the major, hey, that, and then they were like, you can't say that, and he was going to say, that nice gentleman. Oh.
Yeah.
And I saw that scene previously, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm probably going to... I'm going to see the satire.
I feel like I need to give you one more warning about this movie. It's a live-action cartoon.
Okay.
Okay. At one point, they do play the Warner Brothers music while he does a very cartoony thing.
Okay, I'm okay. I mean, it's fine with that. And then Young Frankenstein,
which I thought you had seen, and you're saying you only actually saw parts of it.
I've only seen parts and pieces. The only scene I can straight up remember is Gene going into the rotating bookcase.
Gotcha. Put the candle back. The actress in that one, I'm spacing on her name. Can you pull it up for me?
You got it, boss.
Another role of hers I'd love. It's a movie we're gonna have to eventually have you watch. Is she's the wife in Mr. Mom, Michael Keaton movie, where he loses his job and her job starts picking up, so he becomes the stay-at-home mom, basically. Terry Gar.
Terry Gar.
Yeah, I do believe that's her. Click on her really quick so I can make sure she's actually in Mr. Mom, like I'm thinking. Yep, Mr. Mom, and she's in Tootsie as well.
And Close Encounters.
I don't remember much from Close Encounters. That'll be one that when we watch it, I'll be re-experiencing it myself because it's just been so long.
Yeah.
Have you seen Tootsie?
No.
Okay, that goes on the list as well.
There's a lot of things we got to add to because we just went down a small list, and you're like, gotta watch that, gotta watch that, gotta watch that. We gotta find that, we gotta grab that. So we got a lot more.
I'm having fun with this.
Yeah, we've added a whole bunch, and there's some that you just want to either re-experience or that you also have not seen.
Yes.
So the list ever growing, and we got to find some connections between most of these because this week is Gene Wilder. Next one is Leslie Nielsen.
Yes, we keep putting Leslie Nielsen off because we keep having to put Gene Wilder off. So we figured it out for Gene Wilder. We'll do Leslie next week, and then we'll probably do. It's looking like Jason Segel the week after that. Because we're talking I Love You Man and
Finding Sarah Silverman.
No, Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Other Sarah.
You I think just combined like
I am
2 titles and an actress.
I am literally
/ comedian.
So far gone with names, man. You tell me a name, I'll tell you another.
Okay.
Jaws wasn't my scene.
With Young Frankenstein, you got Marty Feldman, who sadly didn't have the career I wish he had had because he is fucking hilarious, but he died rather young.
He played Igor, yeah?
Yeah, or Igor. There's a whole joke about it. But crazy eyes and everything, and he's a fun guy. Just sadly, he died very young.
I'm excited for tonight.
Yeah, I think it'll be a fun night. I mean, 2 comedies, both of which are kind of staples in Mel Brooks' career.
Oh, cool. I mean, Mel Brooks, goddamn, he's doing a lot of work. And is he still doing anything? Like, is he still doing
he recently was voice acting. He hasn't really directed anything. Like he plays the father vampire in or the grandfather vampire in what are they called? The Adam Sandler animated movies, the vampire ones.
Hotel Transylvania.
Yeah, and Hotel Transylvania 2 and 3, he plays Grandpa Vamp.
Aw.
Yeah.
I mean, it's super keen that he's doing Blazing Samurai.
Yeah, that one's been announced for a little bit. It's talked for 2021. We don't actually have anything, so I don't know how legitimate it is. Yeah, he's doing voice acting for Toy Story 4.
Elephant Brooks.
Because he did The Elephant Man, his one serious movie.
I'm okay with that. He seems like a wholesome man.
He's actually on an episode of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, because the guy that was on the episode he has dinner with every night because they live right down the street from each other.
Oh, neat.
So Seinfeld gets invited back to the house. He's told come back around dinner time, and you'll get to have him on the show as well. And so they swing back by there, and they all bullshit. And Mel's glued to the TV eating his dinner most of the time. But
wow, he's done so much interesting things.
Yeah, he's a hell of a guy. He announced a couple years ago, back when Force Awakens happened, I think it was, that he wanted to do a second Spaceballs. But I don't know how serious he was, and nothing else really happened from it. So.
I getcha, yeah. Because a lot of things just happens to throw around. Also, holy shit. Yeah, I forgot he was in that.
Yeah, you're dating all the way back to the beginning of his acting. That's not even counting his directing or producing or writing.
Yeah, let's take a look at director real quick.
His first thing was the producers, which is another one we plan to do. We plan to do the producers, the original, and the producers, the remake, in one night.
Okay.
So the original, it's Gene Wilder. The remake, I think Gene Wilder's character in the remake is Matthew Broderick.
We're men in tights.
Yep. Robin Hood Men in Tights.
I
He
saw that
didn't
one.
direct nearly as much as you would think. He's only at 11 for directing. But
No, but I'm okay with it. Like,
how many of those are like? I think one or two of those didn't exactly do well. So
I'm okay. I mean, shit. From what he's directed, he seems like he would have been a fun director to work with in general.
oh yeah,
So I mean, maybe in the near future he might pull out another project. You know, I mean, shit. We saw that he was doing a voice in Blazing Samurai.
yeah.
Who's to say? Because it has a date, 2021.
Yeah, I don't exactly know if it's he's only in it because Blazing's in the title. I don't know anything about what that movie is supposed to be.
I don't either, but I'm gonna hold faith.
Yeah. Let's move on to the news. What do you want to start at? You want to start with your bad mouthing Apple?
Yeah, let's start with bad mouthing Apple. So, Apple disabled another thing, but this time for the Apple Watch by getting rid of the walkie-talkie feature because it has a vulnerability within it where it's either catching words and recording things offhanded or otherwise. Not a big fan of that. Not a big fan. Like, that should have been already, like, if it's a feature, turn it on or off, the end. There should be no, it's on all the time and taking things from
Several companies have done this, though. Amazon did it with Alexa.
You're right.
Xbox did it with one of the versions of the Kinect. Like,
just so that way it can try and, you know, make sure of what you're catching. I get that.
well, the problem with the Kinect one was it was even on when the console was off was the issue.
Oh, yeah, that's still a big problem because it still needs to have that whole Xbox turn on.
But I think this was on, it might have been on the one, but I want to say it was the 360. I don't know. But yeah, this seems to be a thing that keeps happening with technology where it's like, oh, it's always listening. Have fun with that.
Yeah, no, don't listen to me while I'm, you know, in the shitter taking the world's largest dump. I don't want that. I wouldn't want that.
Well,
I would take off my watch and put it outside.
If it's the world's largest, don't you want some kind of record?
I don't want the audio.
You don't
I don't want the audio.
Photos are fine.
Photos
Audio
are
is
fine.
no.
I don't want that. From Friday.
The screaming of the just pure pain.
Just going Super Saiyan.
Yeah, it's like Randy in the episode where he does it on South Park. Hot, 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 hot. This is after Apple already had to discontinue the MacBook Pro 8-inch, I do believe it was, because they can't stop people from getting into your webcams.
Which is a problem all in its own. So,
I mean, stop doing weird stuff in front of your webcams and it stops being such a problem. But not the point.
Another problem. I hope that, you know, everybody gets happy with how things will turn out in the near future because technology is slowly hitting that plateau of becoming safe and comfortable for us.
I'm sorry, the way you said it, I just thought of technology.
Technology.
Why are people afraid of it? No, every company's gonna have flaws in their stuff. It's an imperfect
Looks over
world.
at Elon Musk. Say that again.
It's an imperfect world.
Just the fact that you had to roll your eyes at it.
It's an imperfect world. Things are going to go wrong.
Yeah.
But when this first starting to be a problem, why didn't you start with maybe hey, we're just going to discontinue it right now.
Yeah, disable it for now and fix it later.
Why did it have to go to the point of, oh, we can't fix it, so it's disabled? Like,
that sounds like poor programming.
Yeah. So,
the one thing I will say that the Apple Watch does that I super like is that it has your blood pressure at all times.
I like the fall sensor so that if you fall, it can text your emergency contact.
Okay.
I actually was having Lauren suggest it to a friend of hers who has seizures, and sometimes he's home alone.
You told me about that.
So if he falls, it'll text his mother because there's been times where he's fallen coming down the stairs from a seizure, and his mom will get home and he's like, I have no idea how long I've been laying here.
Oh.
He could have been laying there for hours. So with the watch, it'll text her.
Yeah.
So
I would.
They got to get those price tags a little lower because the people that want to use it for things like that, $400 is a lot for a watch, if not more.
Let's find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Apple Watch.
Yeah, 400. I don't know that one's Series 3. I don't know which series has the fall sensor.
I would say it's this thing because that's the one that texts blood pressure. Is this thing right there?
Yeah,
because that's where it's on the vein.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to say.
But I mean, $200 is a lot for a watch.
You're right.
It's not the most expensive watch ever by any means.
No.
But
Looks over at Gucci.
$200. But I mean, it's not cheap. And now you're pulling up other kinds of watches. What the hell is that? That's a weird.
That looks really. Oh, it's Joker.
Yeah, it's a weird ass Joker watch.
Oh,
Interesting.
I didn't know Invicta made.
See the Punisher one next to it?
Yeah.
What are these?
Invictas.
Invicta?
It's just I wanted to see if they were doing more drops in prices, just real quick, just as a side motif.
That's a $600 watch right there.
Yeah. This
And I wouldn't even wear it.
Yeah, well, I mean.
No, I would not wear that.
You
can.
If it was black with the blue, I'd be okay with it, because then it'd be galaxy themed. Because I fucking love galaxies.
Garfield. I'll wear the Garfield one. I don't like it gold though. I wouldn't wear the Garfield one. Never mind. I don't like gold.
But they're supposed to be super expensive. There's
some cheaper ones.
I mean, there's some Invictas that are supposed to be like super, super, super expensive. Yeah.
But back to what I was saying about the walkie-talkie thing. Like they should have disabled it when they first noticed the problem, not wait until they realized they couldn't fix the problem. Because now, how many of us have been affected by this? Well, not us, because we're broke and don't have these watches.
Oh, fuck no.
But my brother, who has one, because fucking little
does he?
bastard. Yeah.
Oh, I never noticed. He's always on the tablet, so I guess I never noticed the watch.
Well, the thing is, if you're seeing him after work, he doesn't have it on. He doesn't wear it to work. But he wears it, any other time normally.
Delicious.
He actually, because he's got a 3D printer, he printed a baby Groot that holds the watch connected to its charger. So that was kind of cool. You want to move over to this?
I want to move over to this.
Okay.
So, for those who didn't know, I started up on YouTube.
Long time ago.
I stopped because either procrastination or depression, a mixture of the two, doesn't really matter. I'm wanting to make my way back onto it. But there was always that problem of, am I going to get demonetized for anything I say or do?
Oh,
Luckily...
We're getting demonetized on the podcast being on there.
Yeah. I literally had ad restrictions. I'm like, I don't even have AdSense on. And I'm getting ad restricted. I'm like, oh, okay. All we're doing is just doing it for publicity. So
it's purely there just as another platform. We're really going for listen to us on things like
iTunes, Spotify. Yeah, things that the numbers make sense.
Yeah.
But good news, YouTube is now making it easier to fight their copyright claims.
Mm-hmm.
Because using 5 cents of anything else that someone else owns is of course going to strike. But if you use it in fair use, such as parody, information, educational, that sort of thing, it's in fair use. You can use that under the Fair Use Act of, I think it's 1999, but don't quote me.
I think it's older than that, but I know what you're talking about.
Well, the revised.
Gotcha.
That you can use any of it for that purpose, for any reason, just as long as it isn't otherwise a problem.
Question.
Go.
Is Instagram owned by Google?
I don't know.
Because I just kind of had like a little brainchild go on here. Because YouTube... Oh, it's owned by Facebook. Interesting. My thought process was Google owns YouTube, and YouTube's always having this issue. But Instagram also kind of flips out every now and then. One of the guys in a band Lauren likes, I want to say it was one of the AFI guys, had posted a chunk from the music video or like one of the songs or something like that on Instagram and got flagged for not...
Davey?
It wasn't Davey because Davey doesn't ever use his.
Oh.
But it was one of the guys, and he got flagged for using someone else's material despite it being his material.
His own.
So
it's a broken system, but they're wanting to fix it, and it all started off of, well, it didn't start off of, but it made a bigger headway off of a YouTuber that I lost a little bit of respect for, but gained a bit after his video 4 days ago. John Tron. I forget his last name.
See, the only Tron I know involves bikes and crashing in the lines.
We're just going to go that.
But my issue is I'm really checked out of the
Jafari.
whole YouTube star thing.
Okay, well, even still, he made a video where he was like, I would upload more, but I get in trouble all the time because I'm using things that I can use, but I'm getting demonetized for it.
It's just not worth it.
Yeah, he's like, it's better not to fight the strike because it would do more damage than good.
Yeah.
So I just pull money from the video. So he's like, well, I'll start up a Patreon, I guess, and hope that, you guys will throw money at me. They're throwing money at me? Okay, I'll make videos. Cool, whatever. If it happens to get demonetized there, I at least still have the money coming in from my patrons. Good shit. and he's still getting sponsors. Good for him. But his last video was a fireside chat where he was basically saying, YouTube's a broken platform.
Mm-hmm.
I want it to be fixed. Please fix. Here's the problems. I don't have this. I just want you to have a human element to your idealism on what is going through this algorithm. Fix it. And so a couple days later, here we are with YouTube saying, okay, we'll fix it. We see that this is a big major issue.
I just don't know why it took it to this point. Like, this has been a thing for a while.
For
People
about
have been pissed
4 or 5
off
years.
about this for a while.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden they're like, what? You're mad? Oh, why didn't someone tell us?
Yeah, and like if you go onto YouTube creators' Twitter, like it is literally a whole bunch of people saying, hey, I'm ad restricted, fix this. And they're saying, okay, we got you. We're investigating your thing. And it's just a list of people saying, hey, I'm demonetized, help. Or, hey, I have the...
It doesn't help that you have companies like Nintendo, who for a bit there, I don't know if they still are, but there was a little chunk there where they were against the whole Let's Player thing, because like they were like, if people can watch it, they won't buy it. And it's like, that's not the case at all.
No, it's actually quite the opposite.
In fact, I watch it to go, damn, I suck.
or that game's look really fun. I kind of want to play it myself. Yeah.
There's been a couple games that I bought because I saw how much fun it looked like from watching people play it online.
Yeah. So I do like this outcry, and I'm glad that it's getting the traction for YouTube to say we're fixing our stuff. Yeah. Good shit.
I just we're being demonetized because we do things like say fuck and shit. And
well, that's the thing. We're not saying in a derogatory term.
Yeah, well, we're still being demonetized.
Yeah, well, that's if you go into their breakdown of what to do, what not to do, doesn't matter. You can still say it. It's just don't say it within the first minute.
Balls and wieners.
Balls and wieners. Balls and wieners are actually okay.
I'm sure that yeah.
But it's like no depicting of wars, no depicting of this, that, the other, and I'm like, if someone's doing like a history YouTube background and it happens to run into war, do they get demonetized?
Yeah, like am I not allowed to go and learn about the World War II or Korean War or anything like that?
Yeah, like there's a YouTube channel on the History Channel. Like, are they not supposed to talk? Do they just talk about all the good things? Mesopotamia that had literally no wars up until the last 6 years of its existence.
I mean,
it doesn't make too much sense.
I think YouTube got big so quickly that they just went, yeah, these are the rules, and just panicked.
And then kind of tried to evolve with the times, and then super panicked and said, here's an algorithm that will try.
Well, and it doesn't help that, originally it was, its own company, and then Google went on to buy it, and when Google went on to buy it, they're like, okay, we got to, like, fix things, but they kind of focused on the wrong shit for a while. Yeah, There's even things like the whole bell system. Like, no one likes the bell system.
I will actually counter argument. I have 4 YouTubers. I turn the bell on just so that way I know when they upload, because they upload so sporadically. I don't want it getting lost in my subscription feed.
I have the bell turned on for us just so that I know that the video went up.
Okay,
that's about it.
Okay, if we're counting that, then 5.
I think I have the bell system on for one that I want to take the bell system off of because it was originally, and I'm not going to call anyone out, but it was originally a channel I really enjoyed, and now it just reviews phones. I'm like, I'm not interested in phones.
For me, 3 of them are animators that I just really like. One just uploaded a couple days ago. Also, Dingo Doodles.
What'd you call me?
Dingo Doodle.
Oh, okay.
Dingo Doodle is a D&D YouTuber that does her hand-drawn animations.
Gotcha.
And she talks about her story of a sentient monkey with a curse.
Is there a way to see what I have belled? Okay, don't worry about it. Go back to your sentient monkey with curse.
And there are adventures where they literally stop a giant bear with a hairbrush.
With they stop it with a hairbrush, or the bear has a hairbrush?
They stop it with using a hairbrush.
Okay.
And the hairbrush has something that their little campaign is actually really fucking heartwarming. It's on it. That's the 8th part where they talk about the hairbrush. But I recommend it if you haven't seen it. If you want to have an idea of some very, very specific things for homebrewery, they even add in a bit of their homebrew elements.
What's it called again?
Dingo Doodles.
Okay. Like something that ate your baby is drawing.
Yeah. Dingo Doodles.
Okay.
And they even have a bit
yeah. You should. I saw you talking about this on Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually did say that on Twitter. I said seeing a Dingo Doodles in my subscription box makes me relive having me being 10 and running for Saturday morning cartoons.
The other reason I don't really care about the bell thing is because I'm subscribed to a lot less than I used to be. In fact, I started unsubscribing to things I didn't care about anymore. And there's a few I'm subscribed to that don't even actually put out content anymore. So it's like, furthermore, like they're not going to post anything that's going to bury something else. So, the bell thing seemed unneeded when it came out. What do you want to move to next?
I mean, seeing as we're still on D&D, might as well stick around.
Okay.
People are getting paid to play D&D.
Yeah, it's called Critical Role.
Yeah, and fucking Not Another D&D podcast, and fucking Dungeons and Daddies, and
There's also Dungeons and Doritos.
Dungeons and Doritos, sure, and then there's like 50 other ones that are slowly beginning to become popular. I started listening to Not Another D&D podcast. I'm on episode 53, and they are fucking hilarious.
That raises a question. Have you ever seen Not Another Teen Movie?
Yes.
Okay.
With that America ass.
Yeah, America's ass.
Yeah.
Back when he had like spray painted black hair.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You could tell that shit was dyed.
Oh, okay. Actually, that brings me up to another news story. Some of the jokes about with his character and everything are Varsity Blues references, and Varsity Blues is in our news later.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll talk about it.
But the fact that people are paying Dungeon Masters to run this shit for up to $500 per session.
Now, this is coming from a Bloomberg Business Week, which was
even staggering.
Yeah, I didn't ever expected them to cover D&D stuff, but I also don't read Bloomberg, so for all I know, they cover a lot of D&D stuff.
Yeah, but okay. The recent spike in D&D stuff we've already talked about, and the fact that Target started up a box that gives you a single player campaign with you and a friend can go through this dungeon with some NPCs, tells you how to role play a character a little bit more proper, how to build a character proper with all of the faults, the flaws, and the ideas, and then just says go. This is how you do it. And then all of a sudden you have someone saying, pay me $500. I'll sit with you for 4 hours. We'll play a campaign. I'll record it just so that way you have the whole entire thing on audio for whatever you want to do with it. I'm like, holy shit.
His name is Chulik. Is that right? You can hire Chulik, for example,
to lead an individual beginner campaign, which will set you back $300 and last up to 4 hours. For $500, he'll come to your office and run a D&D team building activity.
Which is actually a really cool thing for companies to do.
Yeah.
He rents a full studio setup to stream the game he runs weekly on the gaming platform Twitch, where he has 150 subscribers who each pay $4.99 a month.
Yeah. So, I mean, shit. Like, we've already mentioned that I want to do a D&D campaign and Twitch stream it and actually, like, record it for future generations, that sort of thing.
Yes.
But, of course, time and money and building the actual set is, of course, holding us back.
Yes.
That bums me out. I really want to do this.
Baby steps.
Baby steps.
You gotta run before you can crawl.
I want to fucking haul ass. I want to beat fucking.
Okay,
Usain
we have donkeys out here. You said haul ass. No. Is this like Shenmue and Shamu again?
No. This one didn't hit as hard as Shamu. It still hit.
In the whole D&D becoming what it is thing, people have always liked D&D.
But not to the degree it is now.
Hold on.
Okay.
People have always liked D&D.
Okay.
A lot of them wanted to like D&D, but were worried that they were going to be the nerds, and so they weren't, showing how they were into it. And so they never went out and bought the stuff. And now that nerd culture is being more accepted, D&D is part of nerd culture, and people can start getting into it more. I definitely think things like Critical, kind of like stumbled on that.
I heard.
Critical Role and things like Stranger Things have definitely helped.
Oh yeah, and they even made a mini campaign featuring a box that looked like an old Mattel box for Stranger Things Dungeons and Dragons set.
Yeah.
That features 2 of the Demogorgons.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, that is
those are the flower ones, right?
The blah blah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, holy shit. And they even have stat blocks and everything. And I mentioned not too long ago Matthew Lillard being a huge fucking D&D nerd. And
someone posted a photo the other day on Twitter that was it was him like playing.
When you have a midlife crisis?
Yeah. When you have a midlife crisis and start your own D&D company, he's like, yep, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. and I'm like, I want to see like all of these I don't want to call them old because they're not too old. They're a little bit older than us, but I want to see all these actors or directors. Fucking Kevin Smith. I would love to see him go back and do Relics Rarities or start up another D&D set because he seems like he would just be a fun person to just play.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see Matthew Lillard. I would like to see Deborah Ann Wall do more. Like, don't get me wrong. I still listen to Relics and Rarities. It's just if she doesn't have a guest star that sparks that kind of creativity, I'm not gonna say it doesn't hit as hard. It's just I don't know. It doesn't feel the same. It doesn't have the good feeling. During the episode that Kevin Smith was on, a little bit of spoilers if you're not listening to Relics and Rarities, but it's still a good listen if you want to listen. One of the characters falls in battle and fails death savings. You know how that goes. You know, time to roll a new character. And you got Kevin who was like, oh, shit. We don't have time for that. We gotta, you know, we gotta go. We gotta move. We gotta handle this punk ass. Let's go. It sucks, but, you know, we got work to do. And he was like, shit. Everyone got somber. And that's the kind of shit that he can bring even in a sense of dread.
When James was staying with me for a bit, there was a point in Critical Role where something very emotional happened. And I'm pretty sure he came out of his room damn near crying.
Do you know which campaign it was?
No.
Okay. Because campaign 2 got me a couple times.
It might have been 2. I'm not sure.
Yeah, this was a little bit ago. So.
Well, he lived with me. Well, stayed with me, not necessarily lived with me. It's been probably about a year since he was here.
Nah, that would probably be... I don't think Molly-Bach died about that time, but...
Spoiler.
It's almost a year old.
People are discovering the podcast every day.
You're right. Well...
Just like people are discovering our podcast every day. Spoilers. I'm an asshole.
Spoilers. I'm an ignorant douchebag. But...
Damn, you took that far.
Yeah. But all of the scenes of every... Like... The most recent Critical Role, we're going to be uploading right beside this Critical Role that's coming out. The last one then from this one had a really heartfelt moment. And one of the characters kind of had to take a step back. And that big step back hit everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, we don't have that in TV shows. We don't have that in video games we're playing.
I think you're watching the wrong TV shows and playing the wrong video games.
I probably am.
I mean, okay. I think any media has those emotional moments. I mean, when fucking Red Wedding happened...
Okay, wait. They do, but not as hard. Not as hard.
You're telling me that the entire world didn't throw a fucking hissy fit when the Red Wedding happened? I didn't watch the show, and I couldn't get people to stop telling me how fucking terrible it was.
I watched the Red Wedding, and I will admit there was some characters in the Red Wedding that
out of pure curiosity, I went and watched it, and I was like, just the scene. I didn't watch the episode. I was like, okay, some people got stabbed.
Yeah, but as far as me, who watched the first 2 seasons and then skipped a little bit and watched a little bit and then watched the whole last season without any of the actual middle parts, I'm like, I didn't really need them, I guess. But watching the Red Wedding, I was like, there was a couple characters who got stabbed that I was like, oh, okay. But I wouldn't say it was going to draw me back. I wasn't going to say that it actually made me take a step back and go, oh, okay, ow. But with Critical Role, with its last episode, maybe go, how the fuck are they going to fix this?
Okay, see, but that, I guess in your case, that's a bad example because you aren't into Game of Thrones. You're into Critical Role.
Fair.
If there's something you're into.
I mean...
Violet Evergarden.
Huh?
Violet Evergarden.
Okay, yeah, no, fuck you.
Okay. You're into it, and it moves you emotionally. It's not D&D. My point is, it's in all medias. You can get it.
Okay, you can get it, but I'm not getting it.
Depends on what you're into.
Okay, yeah, okay. I'm not getting it as much as...
D&D speaks to you.
D&D fucking speaks to me. It yells at me.
D&D
wakes me up at 3 a.m. to write some shit down.
D&D spoke to our whole group massively enough that y'all bugged the shit out of me.
Logged?
Bugged.
Oh, bugged? Oh.
Yeah, I kind of had like a hiccup
now,
while I was saying
now, hold
bugged.
on. I didn't.
No, yeah, you bugged me.
When?
Just in general. The constant D&D. I'm like, I love D&D. I do. But every now and then I'd be like, Yeah, so I watched this movie the other day. Yeah, I was thinking about our D&D campaign. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
I guess we're talking about this.
that was more James than me.
That was everybody. It was everybody, dude. It wasn't just James. It was Carlos. It was everybody.
Okay, I was on the back burner because I was always like, okay, it's Thursday. It's gonna be how it is. I go in,
and I don't hate it. I was just like, fucking dear Lord, can we talk about something else? There's other shit going on in my life.
I liked our little campaign.
Our campaign was fun.
It was nice.
I've got little scribbles around still from it. Yeah. But no, I really do think Critical Role is a big reason why I took off the way it did, and then Stranger Things also. And then the celebrities who were like, yeah, I was into it when I was a kid, and guess what? I'm still into it now. That has made other people like, you know how many fucking bros are out there that probably went, Vin Diesel likes D&D.
Oh, Vin Diesel, fucking Terry Crews.
And went and were like, okay, maybe I'll check this out. And we're like, this actually looks kind of cool. You know, and those are the guys that used to beat up people for liking D&D.
Yeah, and he was like, no, I wasn't liking D&D. I wasn't beating up kids. I was in the middle where
I'm saying the fans.
No, I know, but I'm talking Vin. I'm talking Vin. He was like, he was one of those that was, I'm into it, but I wasn't like going to things. He was bummed out that he had to miss out on this.
Yeah.
And
well, I mean, he had a character they brought over from like survived a hell of a bunch of campaigns and shit.
Yeah, but I'm talking like as far as high school.
But there was like, you know, like you said, Terry Crews got into it, and Matthew Lillard's into it, and I think, you know, the celebrities being honest about what they like. I mean, look at Kevin Smith, who's like, yeah, I'm into the comic books, I'm into things like that. They started a show over at AMC for like 6 seasons or some shit called Comic Book Men. Sadly got canceled last year. But I mean, that was something that probably wouldn't have happened if someone who kind of had a bit of a stance in celebrityism, however you want to say. I think he's a celebrity. Other people don't. Whatever. That brought people into the comic book thing. You know, granted, the Marvel movies being what they are helped bringing people into the comic book thing. But people are finally realizing it's okay to like stuff.
Yeah, there are some very, very heavy shadows cast over some of the characters in Marvel. Like, you just recently showed me Moon Knight. I talked about it a little bit last week. I didn't finish it. I just finished the set from 2016 to 2017. Love it to death. It's really good psychological breakdown.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, more stuff like this. And then we began to talk about it. And now that I get the full realization, I would actually like to see Keanu as Moon Knight.
Yeah, I'm thinking they're probably going to go Mr. Fantastic.
You think so?
I think that's why they brought him in, because they own that now.
Oh, man. Okay, well...
I mean, not that he won't be good. I just think they're missing a great opportunity to bring in, like, some... Because Moon Knight, the problem is you need someone who's got pull like Keanu Reeves to make Moon Knight work, because he's one of the lower ones. Like, he's a big character.
Known. He's less known. Yeah. And I
know there's plenty of people out there going, I know Moon Knight. Well, yes, but you're not the audience they're trying to reach.
Yeah,
they're trying to reach the audience that didn't pick up the comic.
The cinema universe, where that's all they know. They don't know none of the comics. They don't know the difference between Amazing and Fantastic Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like, they're completely different. Would you say so?
Each incarnation's different, yeah.
Okay.
Then by far the worst is Superior.
You really don't like it, do you?
It's a terrible storyline.
Okay, just making sure we're locking down tonight.
However, it is a great storyline if you are a Punisher person who goes, I don't like Spider-Man. Go read Superior. You'll like Superior.
No, because if I already have the inclination of what Spider-Man does, I don't think I would like...
That's the thing, though. You don't hate Spider-Man.
Okay, so...
There's people I've talked to who are like, I'm Punisher all the way. I don't like Spider-Man's no-kill bullshit. I can't read his crap. And then it's like, Lauren's the one that kind of started having to deal with that a lot, because she worked at the bookstore at the time. She told people, go read Superior. And they would go read Superior, and they come back like, this was great. Can I get more of this? And she's like, nope, it was crap. So they didn't make it anymore. Yeah, they actually did another run now.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. But let's move on from D&D to, well, more D&D-esque stuff. Kind of the thing that...
I accidentally brought it up, but okay.
No, I mean, it kind of inspired D&D. Tolkien is why D&D is a thing.
One of the reasons, yeah. So Amazon's doing a Lord of the Rings TV show that was announced not too long ago.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a prequel. My understanding is...
Second Age.
I thought it was a prequel.
It is. Third Age is where we're at right now.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So the Second Age is a while back. This is when...
It'll still be before Smaug, right?
No, Smaug is alive and well. Probably...
I mean, like, before Smaug's death.
Oh, yeah, before Smaug's death. Yeah. Because Smaug was probably a wormling about this time. Hard to tell, because what bothers you bothers me about this. They're also doing an MMO
Okay.
that isn't connected.
Yeah. So I think the Amazon TV show, they're kind of going like, it's our own thing.
Cool.
But because everything was so respectful when it came to Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings movies and Hobbit movies, that, even if it's not being made to be connected, if this is faithful, it can't help but be connected. I did hear a thing saying that Peter offered to direct or write for the Amazon thing and they ignored him. I don't know how true that is. But the news story is that Amazon's got a gaming studio, which I didn't even know. And they're co-developing a new massively multiplayer online game, an MMO. There's already one out, isn't there?
There is Lord of the Rings Online.
Yeah, so this one is not going to be connected to that, but they're also saying it's not a prequel to their TV show, which is all just confusing.
So it's not connected.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense.
Why would you not do a universe if you can do a universe?
Well, technically it is a universe, but it's not connected, so this is even weirder.
I think that their thought process is that now we're not going to be looking for characters in it to be saying things from the TV show.
Just give me a door for the hammer, I'll be fine.
But I don't know what you're doing today, but that is the second time you've activated Siri on my phone. I don't understand how you're doing it.
I don't either.
But the thing that I was just thinking is I've been playing Shadow of War.
Shadow of War.
I actually played Shadow of Mordor, now I'm playing Shadow of War because they're both on Game Pass right now. And those are great, and those are connected to the movies, whether people like it or not, because it follows storylines and everything.
You were into Schmagel.
Yeah, fucking, I hate him. I'm sitting there going, oh, I'm so glad you die in the fucking movie, but I really wish I could kill you in this.
Spoilers.
Fucking.
Yeah, you're gonna hit me with that. I'll hit you back, bitch.
Yeah, sorry, he dies in the movies. Honestly, you should have read the book anyways.
Fair enough.
Actually, to be fair, I've only read The Hobbit.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm bad. I've only read The Hobbit.
Yeah, you definitely need to read the regular books. The books are actually really good.
Well, The Hobbit's part of the...
I know, but I'm talking about the actual Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. But this not being connected, I'm just like...
but why, though?
You've already got 6 of the highest grossing damn movies.
Yeah.
They're not the highest grossing, but that fucking franchise killed.
Yeah, I don't think there was one bad movie.
They made advancements in motion capture and everything because of those movies.
Watching Cumberbatch douchemog. Oh my god.
He really gets into it.
He got into it, and he looks like he would be another good one to hang out with.
Yeah.
But damn.
And now you've got this Amazon TV series where I don't think that they're connecting it to the movies. I don't think they've actually straight up come out and said they aren't. But why wouldn't you be like, yeah, sure, it's connected to the movies? Because then that gets you everyone that's fans of the movies to come in and watch it. It's not even an argument. And now you're straight up saying the game is not connected, and it's like, well, then fans of the TV show aren't going to care, and fans of this game aren't going to care about the TV show. So the whole thing is just weird.
I don't.
I mean, Amazon's done some good stuff with their streaming.
Men in the High Towers.
I didn't watch it.
It's still pretty up there for one of my favorite TV series.
I like Grand Tour.
Them. Yeah. So I'm just saying that Amazon's doing okay.
But this is the same company that took over a year to release the second season of The Tick, and then canceled the show because people didn't watch it immediately. And it's like, well, yeah, where the fuck was it?
Yeah.
I'm
going to just say they better not screw anything up, because I don't know the deep lore of the Middle Earth, but I'm just hoping that it all comes off as a streamlined actual world.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it has any inconsistencies that begin to dwell and quell, if they go to the Gitamora and the dwarves aren't forging because they died really recently in the second movie. They were dead by the time they got there, when they were opening up to the pathway before they ran into the Balrog. They were freshly dead.
Don't think they're freshly dead.
Huh?
Remember, the dwarves that they run into there that have died before they run into the Balrog are the dwarves from The Hobbit.
Yeah, and that's why they're dead there, but they were freshly dead. They died
Are they
not too
freshly?
long ago.
Okay. I don't remember. I've only read The Hobbit.
Yeah. But even still, the fact that there's a timeline there. There's an actual thing of they ran into the Hobbit ran into those dwarves, the dwarves, helped out, and then they went back to...
Who made the new Tolkien movie that just came out? Can you pull that up? Tolkien, the one that's actually about him coming up with the languages and going to war and all that.
Dome Crew Koski?
I'm talking about production company, not director. Although now I am wondering about this guy's last name. I've never... Dome Kurokoski. Kurokoski? Okay, I think I got that right. Yeah, just scroll up to the top and just type in production company. Should work out just fine.
Disney.
Okay, so it was Disney.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest thing. I'm wondering who owns Lord of the Rings then, because you've got Warner Brothers, who did 6 movies and 2 relatively good, very loved. Yeah, Disney, because they own Fox Searchlight now.
So it was Fox.
Yeah, it was Fox, but it's Disney.
Okay.
So you've got Warner Brothers, who did the 6 movies, which are actually not the first Lord of the Rings movies ever come out. There was actually a Lord of the Rings movie.
The animated one?
No, there was a live action one that was not very well done.
I remember the
long
animated
before Jackson. But then you've got Amazon, who's doing a prequel series and a video game. But then you've got Fox Searchlight, owned by Disney, who was able to do the movie on Tolkien's life, and it's like all over the damn place. Or maybe it was animated. I could have sworn there was a live action one before.
I just remember this one that had very, very strange voice acting. They royally look at Sam. Look at Sam.
Yeah. Do me a favor. See if you can find it. I could have swore there was another live action one. See, that's just gonna pull up all
I know.
of them.
I'm working on it.
Oh, you know what you can do? Go. Oh no, never mind. That won't work because the whole damn prequel thing.
Yeah.
Hobbit. Also, the fact that The Hobbit took 3 movies just blows my mind.
Well, to be fair, they were, in my opinion, better than the Lord of the Rings trilogy. The only one that I actually liked out of the Lord of the Rings is Two Towers, just because of the huge fucking fight scene.
Well, the fight scene was amazing.
Yeah.
You know what pisses me off about Lord of the Rings?
Go for it.
The movie, is the fact that frickin' Orlando Bloom was right out of acting school and got that role. Like, damn you.
Yeah, just wake up.
Not fair. I guess there wasn't a live action one.
Yeah, no, it was animated.
Weird. I don't know what I'm thinking of then.
I don't know either.
I'm just going to always assume I'm probably thinking of Willow.
Oh, wait. Hang on. Oh, no, it's animated too. The Hobbit in 1966 was animated.
I don't remember. I'm going crazy. I'm slowly losing my mind.
And I'm losing.
Fun fact.
Baby,
Christopher Lee wanted to be Gandalf, but they had already casted Gandalf, and that's why he ended up being the bad guy instead. And he's the only one from those movies that actually met Tolkien before he died. And Christopher Lee was a huge fan. He said that he read the books probably at least once a year. But we can move on from this. It's fine. You're not finding it because it doesn't exist.
Yeah, all of them are animated.
Yeah, I'm remembering wrong. I don't know.
Okay. Let's keep up with things on as an animated series.
But we weren't on animated series. I just remember wrong.
TV
Go ahead. Talk about this. This doesn't make sense to me, and I'm angry.
Okay, so we were talking about this before we started up. Cuphead is coming to Netflix as an animated series, which I'm okay with, but the creation set, the creators of...
Yeah, the creators of Cuphead are working on it. Which upsets me because it's like...
You delayed DLC.
You delayed a DLC. Shouldn't you focus on one project at a time, guys? Eyes are bigger than the stomach.
I mean, yeah, but then again, on the open and closed hand of it all, as I've mentioned before, it's hand animated. So that's where I'm just like...
That's the other thing. I'm wondering if it's going to be hand animated for this TV show. I'm wondering if Netflix is going to take the time to let it be hand animated, or they're going to be like, no, we can make this faster on a computer. So, we'll have to see.
Yeah, I just shrugged. Like, I know you guys can't hear that, but I just did like a little bit of a eh. I mean, it's going to have some good people behind it. It's going to have Dave Watson, who does Mickey Mouse Shorts, and that's currently going, if I'm not mistaken. and Cosmos Circuson,
Who just did the new Rocko's Modern Life movie that hasn't come out yet. Which is going to be on Netflix. Wasn't made by Netflix. They bought it. Just like they bought the Invader Zim movie that's supposed to be coming out.
So Nickelodeon and Netflix are doing this weird handshake.
No.
You're telling me they don't own the rights to...
No. Netflix bought the movies from them.
So there's no handshake? It's just straight up...
They straight up just bought them. Netflix does not own Invader Zim, but they own the Invader Zim movie. Netflix does not own Rocko's Modern Life, but they own the Rocko's Modern Life movie.
That's a bit scary.
They just bought the movies. It's like when people go to Sundance and they buy movies. That's basically what they did.
Okay. All right.
Netflix didn't have to put any of the work in. They just spent the money. And now they're releasing there.
Okay. It's just very strange. But even stranger, Cuphead animated series. Don't know what the actual sequences are going to be.
Oh, did you see...
But
did we have you watch, what was that movie?
Sort of excited, I guess, because I like Cuphead.
I got nothing against Cuphead. I'm just worried Netflix is going to not let it be hand-animated.
Bastardized.
Or that this is why, because it is hand-animated, that this is why the DLC is being delayed, and it's like, work on one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Give us something you promised us before working on something else. But what was the... Damn, I can't think of that movie. Did we have you watch the movie about the horror movie, the Deaf Lady?
Yes, you did.
Okay, that one was the actual actress in it. She like wrote it and everything, and I think it was a Sundance movie, and Netflix went and bought it at Sundance, and now it's a Netflix original, but they don't own it. Yeah, there we go. Hush. Why couldn't I think of Hush? I'm a Batman fan.
I don't know.
Yeah, Hush. Like, hey,
it was good.
She made the movie and everything, and
it was a good movie.
Yeah.
A little bit out there for just a randomized killer, but it was still entertaining.
I mean, you say that, out there for a randomized killer, but it's like, are you telling me that
he would just...
You're like, I'm fucking Ted Bundy. He just fucking went after targets. Like, it wasn't like anything specific.
But the fact that, okay, 3 things. One, the fact that no one really came by except for that one dude, and then he wound up...
where she lives.
Yeah, I know, but it's just...
Because for some reason, writers feel that they can't live around other people. I already told Lauren that we will not live in a place where people can't hear me getting murdered next door. I told that to James, too. When he was like, oh, Montana's great. I'm like, how close is your neighbor? He's like, well, I'm in an apartment complex.
We played Alan Wake.
Okay, good. And then he was like, but I want to buy land. I'm like, how far from your neighbors? It's like, pretty far. I'm like, no, see, I don't like the idea that I can be murdered or my neighbors won't hear me die.
Yeah, I like screaming.
Like, I don't want to bother my neighbors with my TV, but if I'm being murdered, I want them to know.
Yeah, I get you. Chaotic neutral. I'm okay for every now and again having a little bit of solidarity, but yeah, you're right. Being out there alone would be a problem.
Yeah. Some space between properties is fine.
Yeah.
But for another instance of people buying movies, I do believe when Kevin Smith took Red State to Sundance, he didn't actually want to sell it. So when he put up for auction, he bid $1 himself and sold it to himself. Because it was not to sell it.
It was just to get viewage?
Yeah, it was to bring it to Sundance.
Oh.
I think it was Red State. I could be wrong. What do you want to move on to? Do you want to move on to this, or do you want to move on to shoe news?
Yeah, let's do shoe news. Well, we now, I guess, have a thing called shoe news.
Because it just keeps happening.
It just keeps happening.
I'm loving it.
Quincy's like, he went out of his way.
I didn't go out of my way. I was looking
you
where I normally
were
look.
literally looking up for shoes.
No, I was looking where I always look for news, and I came across this one. I was like, yes, I thought I had seen that earlier.
Okay.
Nike has a new Nike. Can you scroll? I think it's the Air Max. Yeah,
it's
the Air Max, and it's supposed to be the 97 edition,
which are dressed to be like a Nintendo N64.
Yeah, I don't think they. Oh yeah, most recent collaboration with Nintendo. Yeah, this is on Forbes that we're looking at this one, and it actually has a power button on one tongue and a reset on the other. And then if you look at the inside of the shoe, it says 1997, and it's got like the Nike symbol in there, but it's like made to look like the E for everyone type of thing. Like it's the rating on video games. Yeah. So
$160.
Yeah, they're like that silverish gray, but then they've got stripes of like blue and green and stuff like that, and they got red outlinings on the tongue.
So it looks like the console to a degree, which I'm okay with. I mean, they don't look bad. They don't look gaudy.
The sole's too big for me, so I wouldn't wear them.
The heel is too short, so I also wouldn't. But they look good. They look appealing.
And they're limited edition though, so I don't know how many of these they're making. So this is definitely gonna be a thing for collectors.
Yeah,
Collectors are gonna be going out buying these for $160, and anyone that's not a collector is gonna be buying them and selling them for like twice that.
Yeah, I don't know how many, but
and then they also featured some more down at the bottom
from
like,
Vans.
Vans that they did. I think these have been out for a little while though.
Yeah,
So
2016.
Yeah. So it's interesting that Nintendo did a deal with Vans, and now they're over here with Nike. I'm like, who's next? Is it going to be like Puma or someone? Adidas? Like, what's going on? I feel like Adidas already had one though.
Adidas.
So yeah, shoe news. If you want to stay in the vein of Nintendo, though, we can move over to the next one.
We sure can, but hold on, I'm looking up Adidas.
Are you looking up the
Nintendos.
Adidas?
Oop, I spelled Nintendo wrong because I'm dumb.
Oh, maybe there weren't.
Oh,
I don't remember.
Huh?
I don't think those are Adidas.
No, those are Vans.
Those are Vans.
Oh,
yeah.
those are really nice. I like them. Adidas and Pokemon, technically, which
Yeah, we covered that. Yeah.
So I'm gonna count that. I'm counting it.
No, because I don't think it's.
Counting it.
It was probably a deal with Game Freak and not Nintendo.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. What's this? Hype Beast? Oh, I hate Hype Beast.
I don't know what Hype Beasts are.
Hype Beast is you like that T-shirt? You like that white T-shirt with no designs on it? $800.
Oh, okay. That explains why I don't know what Hype Beast is.
Yeah, they buy something just because of the brand. Oh my god, I want to do this.
They keep getting shut down because Nintendo's not actually doing them.
I know, but I still.
He pulled up a Mario Kart driving thing
in Japan that you can just run around Shinjuku.
Let's move on to our next news story.
Fine. So the Switch Lite.
I have issues with this.
I don't.
It's a handheld version of the Switch, so it's the Switch without the dock for you to be able to throw it onto your TV. How much cheaper is it? Like
it's $200.
So it's like knocking like $300 off.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the death of Game Boys.
This is the death of Game Boys. This is going to probably pull it back. There are rumors and speculations that it's going to have two slots, one for the Switch and one for the 3DS, and it's going to have both screens doing the Resident Evil 5 thing where one's in the top corner, one's in the bottom corner, the touchscreen being the only active one that you can touch on the bottom right.
I'm confused on what you're saying because there's only one screen.
Yeah, it's one screen, but which is touchscreen, but like screen 1's going to take up only that much, screen 2 is going to take up that corner.
No, that's disgusting. You're barely gonna be able to see anything on it, and you have all these empty spaces on the top right and the bottom left.
Yeah, I don't know how it is. I don't know if you.
They just need to put a bar through the fucking center and just split screen it normal. I hate any kind of split screen that just does the fucking corners. I bought a big ass TV for a reason.
You're right, but it's all that one there is all rumor.
Yeah, it is confirmed that though that it has a 3DS port, right? Or is that rumored as well?
That part's the rumor is that it's going to accept 3DS, which it would be smart if it did.
Yeah, I mean.
Because then it would...
Lauren wants a Switch. But she doesn't want her 3DS to die. This is going to kill the 3DS.
This is going to kill it.
So we're going to have to move over to this.
The Switch Lite. And to be fair...
But if the Switch Lite does not have a port, then I'm just going to buy the regular Switch.
Yeah.
If it doesn't have a 3DS port, I'll just buy the regular Switch. Because I'd rather have a regular Switch anyways. The only thing that's going to make me... Yeah, because I can plug it into the TV. The only thing that's going to make me buy the Lite over the regular Switch is the 3DS port.
Okay. And I mean... I personally just want it just so that way I can play Smash. It allows for Joy-Con plug-in allowability, so I would buy the Joy-Cons with the middle set and just fucking smash.
What colors is it coming in?
It comes in 3 colors with a limited edition 4th. It is yellow, turquoise, and gray.
Nah.
And then there's the rumor mill that I was running around was going back to the good old days with the see-through purple.
That would be kind of cool. The gray, I would have liked it better if it was like classic Nintendo gray rather than whatever that gray is.
Oh, yeah.
I would also like a red.
Well, I mean, this is the first iteration. Yeah, here they are. This is just the first iteration.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll come out with more. But I'm saying like a red would be nice. Like if they do another set of colors.
Yeah.
But they'd have to go with classic Nintendo gray for me to want the gray.
Another thing this thing has, seeing as it has Wi-Fi connectability, it makes you wonder if you can just...
cloud storage,
either cloud storage or Streamcast to a TV. That would be a pretty good feature.
I doubt that it'll do a Streamcast to a TV because you'd have to have something plugged into that TV to do it too. So you're going to have to buy like a
Smart
dongle.
TV. I'm talking.
My smart TV has nothing that it can connect to this thing with.
Through the Wi-Fi.
I understand that.
Okay.
I can't connect my phone to my smart TV through the Wi-Fi.
No?
No, that's not how it works.
Oh.
So they'd have to put a dongle in there that you plug in.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But what I think they should do with this that would be smart is make it to where this can connect to another one. Like say I had the actual Switch, and you go and buy the LITE, and you buy Smash. Maybe you even not even need to buy Smash. Maybe make it to where you could still come over, and because we're on the same Wi-Fi, we could battle on Smash. I'm on the big TV, and you're on your LITE.
That would be a good idea.
Yeah. But I'm sad to see the Game Boy die.
Yeah.
The Game Boy's been there my entire life, literally.
Yeah. I mean, who's to say that maybe a little bit further down the line we might get something else?
I think the issue is they ran out of ideas. Like it was.
Well, okay. What if they did? The Game Boy Advance. Like, what's the retro console for that? Like, just an.
You're talking just like an all-in-one little.
Kind of like it's
the things that doesn't actually. It's just the games are already built into it.
Yeah, and it has the look and the design. No,
and I understand why the Game Boy is dying because they can keep coming up with games for it, and that's fine. And there's plenty of games out there they can release for it. The issue is that's not what game companies care about. What game companies care about is getting you to buy a $200 thing, a $500 thing. So sure, they're getting you to buy $60 or $40 games, but if they're not getting you to buy their $500 or their $200 console, then as far as they're concerned, it's not worth it anymore. And where do you take the Game Boy after the 3DS?
You're right.
So they have no new version of the Game Boy they could release. They can release alternate skins and stuff like that, but people aren't buying $200 things just for the skins. People are, but not enough.
Yeah, I mean, $200 for something that allows me to play Breath of the Wild, I'm leaning more forward because I want to play Breath of the Wild. I've never played it. I want to.
But I'm not going to buy a $200 thing just to play Fire Emblem.
You're right.
Fire Emblem would be a 3DS purchase.
I mean, there are 3 games, and that's it, that I would play on the Switch, that are Switch bases. One of which has rolled over to Steam and is going to be released in August.
What's that?
Octopath Traveler.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we talked about that.
And I'm like, so that's 2 games I want. Maybe a third with Mario Kart, just because I'm a fan of racing games. But 3 games for a $200 price tag plus the games, that's setting. Yeah. I mean, the games are cheaper. The games are cheaper on Switch, which I'm like,
no, because it's just a little chip.
Yeah, which is plus to a minus. And I'm super curious to actually, I want to actually eat, not eat, but put one of the chips in my mouth to see if it actually has that deterrent on it.
I think that the best video still is the guy that put it in his mouth. He's sitting there swashing it around in his mouth and then goes, "Man, you guys are oh." Now, is this thing all digital or is it going to do cartridges for like the Switch cartridges?
They said that it is going to have the cartridge slot at the top.
That way you can play the games you already bought on your Switch.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
How big is it?
It is 5.5 inches, 720.
Okay, so it's not too big.
Yeah. I mean,
I gotta be honest. When I bought the Wii U, I thought it was gonna be way too big to play that thing, and it actually ended up being perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's comfortable. It's about the same size, a little bit bigger than the Switch one, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Because I think that one's a 6.5 or 6.7. This the OG Switch is a 6.2, and then the Switch Lite is at 5.5.
Yeah.
So, and the battery life comparable.
You know what? No, I take it back. They're not going to do a dongle for you to throw to the TV because they still want you to go and buy the $500 console.
You think so?
Yeah, a $50 dongle is not going to, or $20 dongle, whatever they make it. They'd rather you just spend that other $300.
You're right.
Yeah,
because they would.
It's not going to happen.
They would shove you around.
It's just that's how gaming companies are. You know, I mean, look at it.
Yeah.
We didn't hear anything about a new Xbox until all the rumors for the new PlayStation started coming out.
Yeah. So if you don't want to put it up on your TV, if you don't want to switch for your TV, this would be the market for you. But if you want to switch for your TV, save up that extra $100 and just buy a full Switch.
Now, the thing I'm worried about is this thing strong? Is it sturdy? Am I going to be able to play this bitch while I'm on public transit and then throw it in my backpack?
With that 0.6 inches thickness, maybe I need to see some.
I need to
some
know
views.
that if I eat shit walking through the rain and land on my back while it's in my backpack, it ain't gonna break.
Yeah.
Because Game Boys are sturdy.
Game Boys are sturdy. From the look of it, it looks to be pretty substantial.
Yeah. How long do you think before they come out with an? Because look at it, it's got ports on the bottom and stuff. I'm sure like one of those is charging.
That one there in the middle looks to be the charger. Yeah. This one here seems to be
probably headphones.
Probably either headphones or the cartridge port.
Okay, can we see the other side? Is there a photo of the other side of the console?
I'm looking.
Ooh. I'm sure that's not real. Oh, it's Best Buy.
Yeah, I'm believing it.
Nope, that is real. That's Best Buy.
Okay, and a limited edition for Pokemon Sword and Shield. But the only thing I don't like is the goddamn... I love the color, but that I don't like. So this Nintendo Switch Lite features the left half being blue joystick and blue D-pad on a nice slate white grayish, almost like a mote gray. And on the right, it's pink thumbstick with the buttons. It looks a little gaudy, but I love that fucking color.
Still only $200.
$200. And the back of it has the 2 new legendaries, which I want. I kind of want it just so that I can get Sif, but not being able to have an Aggron in that game kind of bothers me.
You know what you should do?
I can't have my Pokemon.
You should buy the game, then go and find one of the artists from Dark Souls, get him to actually draw Sif, and then just slide that in to the case.
Oh my god. That would be amazing. Also, it looks like that's where the game goes.
Okay, so yeah, we're seeing it at the top now. That looks like a headphone jack too. At the top, no, next to where the game
right
goes.
there?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Which I never like when they put headphone jacks on top of things.
I think it might be on.
Then you get your cord in the way.
Then what was that thing on the bottom?
Well, no. Pull that photo back up because you can see. What is that? It's showing images. Like bottom left. That's the thing we were looking at.
Can I blow this up?
Yeah, you can.
No, I can't.
Drag it.
That's as big as it gets.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what that is then. Because the charging port's in the middle. It looks like it's
a
USB-C.
Because it's gonna sit in a doggle, just like.
Yeah. But I need to know.
Because my thought process is how long before they come out with a second screen attachment.
You right. All right. What's this? Give me this. Is this gonna
give
be
me
big?
And that. Sorry.
And that. Motherfucker. Oh, here we. Oh, god damn fuck. I hate people who take out of focus shots.
No, Nintendo's doing it on purpose, so you can't see the whole damn thing before it's out. Because this is like a legitimate advertisement photo.
Yeah, I know.
You notice they're hiding the ports.
Why?
Because.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Okay, so port, and then that looks like a headphone jack.
What are those little button-looking things on the left on the top? Right next to, so you get trigger.
Oh, yeah.
And then you got a circle. You see the circle?
Where?
Right next to the left trigger. Okay. On top of the console.
Oh, this?
That, yeah.
I don't know.
There's all kinds of little things on here. I'm telling you. Well, it's like
this is weird.
How at any Game Boy.
I guess because we haven't, I haven't messed with the Switch, so I guess I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, but like with any Game Boy, any Xbox controller, any PlayStation controller, a year into its existence, they release something, and it's like, kind of convenient that it's able to work with the ports already existing on the controller, isn't it?
Oh, it's only $100 savings.
Oh, it's $100 savings because the Switch is actually only $300. Or $50 a month for 6 months if you do financing through Best Buy. We're not sponsored by Sonic.
We are not sponsored.
Okay. I'm not against it. I'm just against the death of the Game Boy.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want to live in a world where Game Boys don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, especially considering they just beat PSP.
Yeah, just barely. And then PSP died out ages ago, and they should have kept going with it. Like, the Vita could have kept going, but they didn't want to put it on life support because they feared that Nintendo was going to take over anyways. And it's true. It is, for the most part, true.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think there could have been a couple more exclusives for the Vita. We'll hit up this, considering I don't know too much about the Mortal Kombat movie as it is.
Yeah, so there's been talks about a new Mortal Kombat movie for a little bit now. There was one that failed to really go anywhere, and so I guess it's going again. They just casted their Sub-Zero, so that's already a good shot. You know, that's a bit of a step more than a lot of the projects I've heard in the past from Mortal Kombat. What's wrong with the tea? You're making faces.
Oh, it's cold. I let it sit for too long.
So there's these warmer things I want to get that you set your mug on, and it keeps your cup warm. Now, I used to do this in high school because I would drink coffee all the time, and I had a coffee pot in my room, and I had a candle warmer that I would set my coffee mug on.
That's how you fucking do it.
And the new ones meant for coffee cups, they basically look like candle warmers. I'm just assuming they don't get as hot.
Yeah, no.
So I kind of want to get them.
Okay.
I figured we could just run the wires through the desk and
Yeah,
just
fuck it.
keep our drinks warm throughout the episode.
Yeah,
Because
cold-
2 hours with, one hot drink.
Yeah,
So can you scroll down so I can get his name again?
you got it, boss.
They casted Sub-Zero. Now this is James Wan's connected to this, right? Yeah. James Wan and his Atomic Monster banner are producing the movie, which will be a feature debut for veteran commercial director Simon McQuad. Now, they casted their Sub-Zero in his name. Actually, you know what? I think I might have it on my notes because this article... we pulled up the article from the Hollywood Reporter, but I had already had notes on this. Joe Taslim. Taslim, so that may be Taslim. Taslim. He's an actor and martial artist. So, I mean, he's got the two things you need.
And he was in Star Trek Beyond.
And the recent Netflix feature, The Night Comes For Us.
And Fast and Furious 6.
I don't know who he was in Beyond.
I'm thinking he probably either was an actor,
Or he was...
Wait a minute.
Fight training.
I think this is
He's not Sulu, if you're thinking that.
No, boyfriend.
No, then that was just walk on. He didn't even have any dialogue.
Yeah, but even still.
Go back up, though. I noticed the little weird thing. So they've got a photo of him, just a random photo of him, and then they got a photo of Sub-Zero from one of the games, probably the newest one.
Newest one.
I mean, he's going to wear a mask. Doesn't really have to look like Sub-Zero. However, did you notice the eyebrows kind of work?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but the eyebrows kind of work.
I mean, that's probably much the most you're going to see if he wears the whole entire faceplate.
Which they had better do. If you're going to do this movie, do it.
Don't do the Mortal Kombat 9 thing where they take him out of it and have him be a teacher and shit.
Yeah, don't do the Spider-Man Far From Home thing that we're seeing where it's like, well, we cast this actor, so we want to show him without the fishbowl on his head as much as possible.
No.
Give me the character.
Give him the character.
Put him in the costume. Put the mouth thing over. Hell, build a mic into it so that you can get good audio from him. You know? I think this is a good step in the right direction.
I'm hoping, because we need good stuff. We need good movies. We need good TV shows. We need good people doing good things.
Yes. Let's move on. What do you want to move on to?
Oh,
yeah, we can touch on this. A little quick thing. The poster is out for Treehouse of Horror 30, which was a bitch to find because they do Roman numerals and you cannot put in Simpsons Treehouse of Horror XXX.
Yeah, that was a bad move.
I can't believe you did that.
I was okay. The fact that they used Roman numerals in the actual search bubble, I just filled it in. So I wasn't thinking clearly that Google would allow me to do that, considering they stay away from the adult theme. So that makes me angry. Also, it's episode 666.
Yep. They figured it all out. Episode 66, as we planned from the beginning, it says, which I think is them being like, yeah, we totally didn't.
But then it was like, oh yeah, we had to skip probably a week or two. Oh.
They did a cool poster where you've got, I'm not sure which alien it is, because I can never remember which one's which.
Yeah, I don't know.
And one of the twin sisters, which I don't know which one it is, because I can never tell which one's which. It's either Selma or the other. They're doing like the, what's it called? The new Guillermo movie that was a big hit. Shape of Water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they're doing like the Shape of Water thing, and then for some reason you've got Homer looking in a mirror and seeing himself as the monkey from Krusty's show. But then the bottom half is where you get upside down a bit. It's all Stranger Things. It's got Wingham as the sheriff. For some reason, it looks like they made Milhouse's dad a woman. It's got, I'm assuming Maggie shaved bald. She kind of looks like the evil baby when she's bald.
Either Maggie or Lisa. It's hard to tell considering bald.
Oh, no. Maggie's in the background, so it's Lisa.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so they've got Lisa playing 11. The three boys are Bart. I can't remember the bad guys. Not bad guy, but the bully's name. And then you've got Marvin. Is that the smart one's name?
Nelson.
Nelson. No, Nelson's the bully. Sorry. Marvin. I want to say it's Marvin. Yeah. Oh, Martin. Sorry, I was so close. I swear, I watched Simpsons. I'm just bad with this shit.
Yeah, names are bad for me too.
So yeah, they're taking on Stranger Things. They're taking on Shape of Water, and you've got the professor in the background. It all looks really good. Selma, okay.
King and Kudos.
Oh, so it's both of them.
Dr. Hibbert, which is over there. Written by J. Stewart Burns. That's funny.
Yep. So it looks like a fun little thing. It means that Disney isn't fucking up Simpsons so far. Yay! And with that, let's move over to some Disney news. Boop. Now, they just announced that there is a new ride coming to Galaxy's Edge for both Disneyland and Disney World. Problem is, it won't be in Disney World until December. The actual opening date, which I'm surprised they did this. The actual opening date for Disney World is December 5th, and the actual opening date for Disneyland is January 17th. So it'll be open after I go. They're calling...
Sucks.
Yeah, sadly. They're calling it Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, and they put up an image of people in like this... what do you want to call it? How
open air? It looks open air.
It kind of looks like there might be something in front of them, so I'm thinking it's going to be a lot like Astro Blasters or Midway Mania, where you're in one of those carts that's, got something interactive with it, and they're going under a bunch of AT-ATs. They also did a very beautiful classic Star Wars poster for it, with Kylo Ren, and he's got AT-ATs and troopers coming out shooting. You've got X-Wings, and you've got BB-8. All looks very good.
Foolish Jedi.
So, I may have to make another trip to Galaxy's Edge.
Later.
Damn.
On.
Let's move on from here, because we don't have much to talk on that one, sadly, to this beautiful trailer.
We both went in blind. You just told me about it because you heard about it.
Yes.
Which I was like, okay, cool. Let's watch it together. It's a minute-long trailer of Lupin the Third in a brand new movie. All we have out of it is the first. That's all we can understand out of it. Because
the rest of it's in Japanese.
Is in Japanese. We don't know if it's December 6th or if it's June 12th, because we're like, wait, if it was June 12th, then the trailer wouldn't have launched, so we're thinking December 6th.
Yeah, and that's probably a Japanese release. We're going to have to get a little bit more information on this, but it's a CG animation.
And it looks so goddamn good.
Yeah, it looks good.
Jigen looks like a thin fucking Keanu Reeves.
Kind of.
And, I mean,
if it wasn't whitewashing, would you accept him?
Yeah, yes. Yes, it wouldn't be whitewashing at all. I think he would do fine. But everyone's got their signature looks about them. Goemon, Fujiko, all of them.
I love it. He even did. I don't know if you noticed, but he even did the smoke circle from his cigar.
What?
You see it right there by his hand. Say Lupin's right hand. He's got the gun. Look down from there. You see the hand right here with the smoke. Just give me the damn mouse.
Okay, take the damn mouse.
Right there. They got blowing smoke rings.
No, that's his fucking handcuff.
Oh, is it?
Handcuff.
Oh, it is. I was like, okay. I was like, the random smoke circle then. Yeah. Is what I was thinking this whole time.
No, that's his...
I was like, what the hell is that?
That's his thing that he has on his belt that he whips off at fucking Lupin.
Okay. So yeah, the way it's paused, I guess they just did some sun shining off of it. It totally looks like a smoke ring.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there you go. He backed it up and... Okay. Gotcha. Lupin the Third's the one I keep being told that everyone thinks I'm gonna love it because it's like a thief, James Bondy type of thing. But like he's not the good guy. He's the thief.
I remember watching it back when it wasn't on Adult Swim. It was on Toonami.
Yeah, the problem is the original seasons
disappeared.
No, it's out there. It's just it's dubbed. I'm sorry, it's subbed, and I can't keep up. So it's gonna be a trudge through me to get through the original season, and then later seasons are dubbed.
Actually, I'm curious. But I mean. As I said, looks fucking amazing.
No, you're pulling up the
hold on.
When it was on Adult Swim.
I'm gonna see something real quick. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ! This is dumb.
Yeah, well, it's Adult Swim. Most of the shit they do is dumb. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, this is not.
You passed Toonami.
No,
Okay.
I don't want that. I wanted. Oh, okay. I passed that then.
What he's bitching about, and I understand it, is when you go to Adult Swim's website, they've got the big finger, and they're trying to make it look old school computer, and it's just too
huge
much.
and not great.
It zooms way in. Yeah, that's part 4.
Fuck, they did take it off. Fuck.
There's DVDs of the original run.
Yeah, it's just in. Okay.
Because they didn't do an English dub for the original. They did it like the next season.
Yeah, and you want to know what's super cool, that they ran Mobile Suit Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans, which is probably one of my favorite Mobile Suit Gundam styled new series. Like, it's super fucking gritty. It is super depressing just off the get-go. Some of the episodes are free if you just want to pop in. I don't know why the fuck they lock off.
Okay, the way it works is you sign in with your cable company.
I know. It's just the fact that 1 through 9 locked, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 unlocked, and then the rest locked.
Yeah.
I don't. That's weird to me. I would at least give you the first 2 episodes, so that way you can climb into it, and then. But whatever. That's just a minor nitpick. We'll go back to Nintendo for a second, because this one's weird. So, a book is being written that describes a debated Earthbound GameCube game that is supposed to be of, like...
This was supposed to be out in 2003.
This was way back when. That was supposed to be of, like, the first Yoshi's Woolly World or Kirby's Epic Yarn of that kind of create, where it looks like handmade. I don't know too much behind it. It probably would have been something to behold, considering Earthbound's story and then its actuality for, like, late game.
I didn't actually play Earthbound.
I did.
I know the story of Earthbound. I know the story behind Earthbound. I know all that. Seeing this yarn version, this one image that's been released, I don't think I would have played this.
It looks very unsettled. Like, if you guys search up Earthbound GameCube game, you'll see a bit of a staggering, out of place image. It's not bad. It's just very strange. That's all I have on this. Do you have anything else on it?
No, I wanted to see what the image was, and then wasn't exactly blown away. Like, this whole time I was like, oh, there's this like image that's out from this like canceled project, and then we go and look at it, and I'm like, no, okay.
Yeah, okay. So I just left it up then. Oops. So I'm a fan of Constantine just from a storytelling perspective. I haven't delved too deep into John Constantine.
I got a few you should read.
Yeah. I mean, you showed me fucking Moon Knight, and I love the shit out of that. I'm pretty sure you like a lot of people wearing trench coats.
Trench coats are cool.
You're right, but you like a lot of people.
Wait, who else is wearing a trench coat?
Moon Knight.
He's not wearing a trench coat. He's wearing a blazer.
Right.
There's a difference. There's a difference.
If it goes down to your kneecaps.
What does he wear? Something that goes down to his kneecap. Oh, when he's not Moon Knight. Okay.
Yeah,
the whole time I'm thinking about him in Moon Knight. No, he's wearing a suit.
In the regular one, no, it goes down to his waist. Yeah, it's a waistcoat. Yeah. Okay, I'll give you that. Fine. But when he was in his when he was doing the whole New York scene, he was wearing one.
Yeah, when he's like the cabbie.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only other trench coat I'll give you is the Question.
Okay.
Or Dick Tracy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you Dick Tracy as well.
And John Constantine.
But
oh god, the one that I started watching, but I had to pull away from.
That's Everything with You.
That is it. No, it isn't.
No, okay. What?
Dresden.
What does he wear? It's a duster.
It's a duster?
Yeah.
It's not a.
In the book, it's actually a leather duster because he gets it as a birthday gift in the second book. Yeah, it's a duster.
That looks like a fucking trench coat.
There's a difference. Mostly the shoulders. Pull up a trench coat. You'll see it's different. I can't believe I'm debating jackets with you.
Maybe because I don't wear them, so that's probably why. Okay, I could see that extra shouldering and then the extra legging area. Fine. we'll agree to disagree, but even still, that's a fucking trench
That's a trench coat.
That's a trench coat.
No, Constantine is a trench coat.
Fine.
Yeah, so the reason why Constantine's been brought up is right after it's weird time to announce it. Right after deciding that Vertigo Comics is no more, we have a Sandman Hellblazer crossover. And this isn't the first one. We've had Sandman Hellblazer crossovers before, and they've been amazing. Some of Constantine's best moments are in Sandman issues, but it was a little bit odd. But Neil Gaiman is back. So that's
it is a bit of a weird time because is this coming from DC?
I would assume so.
Oh yeah, DC launches. So in short, DC's launching this, but Vertigo is just no more.
Yes. So I'm wondering, is there a limit on this, or is it allowed to be the way it would have been,
or is it just Vertigo's gone? DC just says we're just losing that name. We're gonna keep going with all the comics.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because Vertigo was always where it was safer to get a little darker.
I mean, yeah. But if they're just going to say, like, it is up at the top, it says the Sandman universe.
Yeah.
So, I mean, do you figure that might also just be the top text of
I don't see Neil
dark area?
I don't see Neil Gaiman going light on it.
I don't think so either.
He can do light. He wrote a children's book, but I don't see him going light on that.
Okay, so I don't know if you want to talk about it, but
I can talk about it.
Okay.
A guy bought a $60,000. I think it was a guy.
Yeah.
Bought a $60,000 Pokemon card last year. Scroll back up just a little bit.
Oh.
The card was signed for and valued at $50,000 for insurance purposes.
Shit, sorry.
You took my news story away, you bastard.
I'm sorry, I'm working on it.
The highest figure possible, and was supposed to be then be sent on its way to the buyer. It never showed up.
And this was a year.
Yep.
So
there is a $60,000. It was okay. It hasn't been a year. Sorry, it was last year. It was August last year.
Okay, so almost a year.
Almost a year. There is a $50,000 to $60,000 Pokemon card that has gone missing. At least the guy had the insurance.
Yeah.
So he's gonna get his money. At least he should.
Yeah.
But this means someone stole his fucking card, or he's doing insurance fraud. Most likely, someone stole his card though. Can you scroll down a little bit? I want to see the card again. So it's a trainer card. It's number 3. Everything else in it is in Japanese, so I can't actually read it for you.
Yeah.
But it's got like the shadow of Mewtwo.
What seems to be a holographic.
Yeah, it's got like a sparkling thing throughout it, and it's like a grayish color.
And this was one of the very first promotional cards.
Let's see. Third place finishers at a secret super battle in
Back
Japan
in
99. Yeah, 99.
So yeah, this was about when Pokemon started up.
It was a big deal.
Yeah.
You got to remember that this is the time that things are blown up because of the movie and the anime and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're right.
So, the buyer is now offering $1,000 for information that can help him track down the card's whereabouts. You can contact, if you guys have any information on this, contact SMPRATTE for more details.
He's on YouTube.
He's on YouTube, yeah. And
he has a collection.
He's a collector.
Yeah, he's got cards locked in PSA 10, Mewtwo's, Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres locked down at 10s. He is a collector of very fine cards. Holy shit. He's got like hour-long fucking things going through his collection. Yeah, he's strong. Okay, enough of that.
People with collections like these are the people that eventually end up opening like museums and shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. And also, it's kind of it kind of hurts me a little bit that someone of this magnitude of collection only has 8,000 subs.
7,987. Yeah.
Yeah, and then meanwhile you have.
I mean, it's kind of a niche thing. You got to find people that want to sit there and watch hours of Pokemon cards.
Okay, you ready for this then?
Yeah.
Where is it? Like, look.
Okay, so this guy has 215,000 yen worth of things and has hundreds of thousands of views. I get it.
Yeah, so I mean, you want to.
But this isn't all his channel's about, right?
It's mostly opening up cards. Oh my god, where the fuck is the videos?
In the video section?
Is it not? Is it? Oh no, it's MaxMofo Pokemon, not MaxMofo 2. MaxMofo 2 is like his vlogging. There we go.
Okay. Yeah, but he does like unboxing. This guy is just collecting cards.
Well, yeah, but he's also going for the rare shit. But it's just the fact that he's a Neanderthal that yells.
And he's throwing shit around, which is
like,
already bothering me.
These are limited edition
Yeah.
that he ruined.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
I don't want to see people trashing shit.
It
bothers me.
To be fair, he didn't do it on purpose.
You know that scene in Mallrats where they go to the swap meet and he comes across the comic book stand and he looks at her and he goes, "You should be in bags and boards, you savage."
Yeah.
That's my thought process when I see people throwing around collectibles.
I got a couple games I want to talk about, but do you have anything else you want to talk about?
I got plenty to talk about.
Let's talk about your shit first.
Okay, since we're talking about Pokemon, let's move on to Detective Pikachu becomes the second highest grossing video game movie worldwide. And I take issue with that. Call it, just to say the movie did well, because saying second highest grossing video game movie, my thought immediately went, what was your competition, Super Mario Bros?
Yeah.
And your thought went, what was your competition, Street Fighter?
Yeah.
And then we went, oh wait, there was Resident Evil. Oh wait, there was Tomb Raider, which is what it beat out for the spot, right?
Yeah, and then...
Oh no, Tomb Raider's number one.
Tomb Raider's number one, but what was number two was Angry Birds.
Oh yeah, I beat out Angry Birds.
And then third was Rampage.
Yeah, I didn't see Rampage or Angry Birds. So I've only seen the number one movie. Go figure. And I saw it in theaters.
And then somewhere behind that was Resident Evil, the first one.
Yeah, I'm happy that they did well. It looks like they put a lot of work into the movie. And at one point, one of the producers kind of pointed out that the chance of more live action movies from Pokemon are all hanging on a thread right now based off of how this movie does.
And it did well, so shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up and make your damn movies.
It was like $400 million or some shit that they made. Like,
yeah, so shut up and make your damn movies. Make us happy. Dance, monkey, dance.
And one last Pokemon thing is Pokemon Go hit about $2.65 billion its first 2 years each year.
Fucking Christ.
This year they are on track to make over $3 billion. So it's not slowing down. Despite people talking about it less, it is not slowing down. And that's even with the company launching a new game this year with the Wizards Unite. And with another company having launched a Ghostbuster game, I think last year, that no one really talked about.
And oh my god. Did I talk about auto chess games last week?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't want to hear about it again.
That's fine.
I'm just giving you shit. No, yeah, you talked about that last week and how you feel about it.
Okay. Yeah. I played some more. I need... the League of Legends variant made me super mad last night because I had... no, not last night before. I had a Warwick just stand there, hands out, getting wailed on. I'm like, is he going to attack? Okay, this is still busted. Riot, fix your shit.
What is a Warwick?
It's better if I just show you.
I'm just curious because I have a reason why I'm curious.
Oh, wow, okay. Warwick!
Oh, okay, never mind.
He's a happy doggo.
Okay. Because when you say Warwick, I just think of Warwick Davis, the actor.
Oh!
So I was curious.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe it was something he played at one point, but
yeah, Warwick is
I don't think he's ever played a werewolf type of thing.
Yeah, I love Warwick. Warwick's a good... I actually wanted to get the Warwick symbol. Oh my god, there it is. Yeah, I wanted to get that somewhere on my body just because I like.
It's very Witcher-like.
Yeah, a little bit. But
it's more Witcher than the emblem he's wearing in the photos.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I love Warwick. He's a good character in League. But then again, I was also thinking of doing something Scion-esque. That's once again another topic for another day. Because I want to get a lot of tattoos.
Yes, you do.
I do.
I don't want to get any.
That's fine.
Just nothing speaks to me.
That's fine. There's going to be one day where you're going to be like, I want to do it. And you're going to do it.
Children's handprints.
Yeah.
My children's, not other people's.
I want that kid's handprints.
I realized how bad that was the instant it left my lips. So in other news, I started playing the Dr. Mario World game that just came out for phones. On iPhone, you can pre-order games so that the day they launch, they auto-download. It's a free game, so I didn't have to pay anything. I was like, sure, I'll let it auto-download the day it came out. And sure enough, I just looked up my phone the other day, and I was like, oh, hey, look, Dr. Mario World. I'm about 42 levels in. I'm enjoying it, but it's just making me want to play the original Dr. Mario.
And the one thing I had asked, hey, did it have the original music? You said, I don't know, I've never really listened to it. And then you popped it on, and sure enough, it did have the original with a little bit of updating.
Yeah, a little bit of update.
So I was like, okay.
Yeah, because the thing I did is I almost immediately turned the sound off on the game because I was listening to an audiobook while playing it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't need the music playing over my audiobook. You're just still showing me photos of Warwick.
I know, I fucking like Warwick. Leave me alone. And then there's Earthwick.
And then in some news that's going to piss people off, hopefully.
Oh, wait. I think you like that one a little bit better.
Oh,
he actually has a skin.
Yeah, he's
Little Red Riding.
He's grandma's. He's Little Red Riding Hood's grandma.
Yeah.
The director for the Joker movie has come out and said that they did not pull anything from the comics. Like, it is not inspired by the comics. They're not doing comics. So fuck this movie.
Yeah, fuck that movie.
Now you're showing me Little Red Riding Annie.
Yeah, which is another character from League. They released those at the same time, so I just thought I'd put the effort out there that they know what they did back when. These are old ass.
Why is there a bear?
Huh?
Why is there a bear?
That's her Bear Tibbers.
But shouldn't she have a huntsman?
I mean, yeah, but then there's Reverse Annie, where she dresses up like the bear, and the bear dresses up like her. Regular Annie.
She should have a huntsman instead, so we can come in and chop up the wolf with an axe.
That would have been pretty cool. Super Galaxy.
The Super Galaxy stuff just kind of makes me think of Hearthstone. Whenever they do like the steampunk type characters.
Oh yeah. Oh, speaking of which, did you ever play the new single player campaign that they released?
I got back into playing Hearthstone again, and there was a bunch of shit because I'd been out for so long. They were like, "Here's all these packs and all these quests for you to do to like get back into the game." We changed some cards and stuff. And I was like, "Okay," and I started doing all that. And I just haven't actually sat down and done the single player campaign yet.
The single player campaign, the Thievery of Dalaran, something like that. But it's actually really fun. It's a roguelike card game where you go through with a very small pack of cards, adding more cards in depending on what you're building, and you're trying to steal from banks or jewelry stores or otherwise while you're battling.
That's kind of cool.
And each of the opponents have a special ability that can either go every single time. Like, there's a half-orc that causes her battle cries to chime twice in the turn. So she's just keeping on pulling out cards that have battle cries.
That's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, but good news, you can get a relic that allows you to do the same.
Still a pain in the ass.
Yeah. It's a super interesting card.
I'll check it out. There was just so much shit when I got back onto the game that I was like, "Oh, this is gonna take some work."
Winter Wonder Annie. I love League so much. But I wish they would just fix their goddamn shit.
I got 3 last things, and then we can hit your games.
Okay.
And one of mine is actually game based. So Facebook's Oculus Rift has a deal that they just signed with Ubisoft for a Splinter Cell game. So you'll be seeing Sam Fisher in some form of VR, and Assassin's Creed game. So you'll be seeing someone somewhere from some kind of assassin thing. So you done? There's gonna be new games coming to the Oculus Rift, but I'm just a little tired of hearing about the fucking Oculus Rift. It was the first.
Same.
It was like the first big like VR thing, and then did nothing because fucking Facebook bought it.
They just released the new updated version of it.
I don't care.
I
don't even really play my PlayStation VR, so. And then the fact that it's getting exclusive games from a AAA company pisses me off.
Yeah, that's fair.
And now I'm going to move over to TV news. So Warner Brothers Animation is working with Brownstone Productions, which is Elizabeth Banks' production company, to team up and make a primetime Variety is the one that was doing an exclusive on this. Variety is my source on this one. So they're saying that it's going to be a primetime, early development right now, adult animated Flintstones. How do you feel?
I want to be excited.
So
I really do, because I loved the Flintstones as a child.
Yes.
I didn't mind the live action ones because they picked some pretty good actors. The first one,
Viva Rock Vegas was hard.
Yeah, that one was a little bit, but I will admit it had some funny moments.
It was The Rock in the hard place.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. But as far as placing actors into roles,
they did amazing with John Goodman as Baldwin. Baldwin was the sequel, Viva Rock Vegas.
Was it?
Yeah, because the original is John Goodman as Fred and Rick Moranis as
That's it.
Barney.
And then
The
sequel had him.
remake, I'm spacing on his name. Did you see A Knight's Tale? Pull up Viva Rock Vegas. I'm spacing on the actor that played Fred, and that's name, but he was in A Knight's Tale. And then the Barney was Baldwin's brother. Which Baldwin was it? Stephen Baldwin.
Stefan.
And Mark Addy was Fred.
Which
also their Wilmas and Bettys changed. Also, it was Jane Krakowski as Betty, and Kristen Johnson as Wilma. I don't remember who the Wilma was in the first one, but the Betty was Rosie O'Donnell, and I thought she was amazing.
Yeah, and she changed over to fucking do another.
Oh, she was a different character.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
And Alan Cumming as fucking the Great Gazoo.
How do you feel about the Great Gazoo?
I love him.
Okay. I liked him better in the cartoon than I did Viva Rock Vegas.
Okay, let's put it like this. I barely remember Viva Rock Vegas. Like, I thought Stephen Baldwin did a good Barney Rubble in Viva Rock Vegas that I thought he was in the original. But then when you said, wait, no, it wasn't, I was like, oh, wait, shit, you're right.
However, the fact that Joan Collins was in Viva Rock Vegas, I mean, come on.
Yeah. I'll slide that one also.
And I don't take issue with that it's going to be geared towards adults, because I always thought that Flintstones was kind of meant for the older kids.
Yeah.
Up. I mean, they went to lodge parties.
It was supposed to be like older Cub Scouts was how it was supposed to be prefaced.
No, those were lodge parties.
Those were large parties. It was a lodge, but they prefaced it being like, all we do is hang out and play bowling.
Yeah, it was lodge parties.
But does he drink beer? Does he? No.
No, but at the end of the night, he's being carried by all of his friends who are singing. It was a lodge party. They're wearing the big goofy hats. And then Varsity Blues is getting a TV show.
That one I don't know.
If you haven't seen Varsity Blues, we're going to put it on your list. But Varsity Blues is a high school football movie. Mm-hmm. It's one of the things that they talk about or poke fun at in Not Another Teen Movie. For instance, when America's Ass comes out wearing the whipped cream and cherries, that's a reference to Varsity Blues. Are you laughing about the fact that we're just referring to him as America's Ass now?
Yep.
He's America's Ass now.
He is America's Ass now.
But I liked Varsity Blues. I think it could make a good TV show. I think the reason why they're doing a Varsity Blues TV show is because they want to do another Friday Night Lights, but they can't call it Friday Night Lights because then all the Friday Night Light fans will flip their shit. So instead, they're using Varsity Blues to kind of push through. But I think it'll be good. Varsity Blues was good, and we're adding it to your list.
Okay.
And that's the last news story I have here. So let's talk about your games.
Okay, let's talk about my games. So, for people who don't know, I am a huge fan of fast-paced shooters, as are you. Mm-hmm. I started off original Quake, just running, jumping, and just running through an entire fucking map, just blowing shit up and blowing things out of my way. So, there are some people that kind of ran with that idea, but want to add in the greatest meme of all time over the past, what would you say, 6-7 years? Goats.
I don't understand why.
Goats
are such a big thing.
I don't either, but to be fair, I actually like the gameplay from it. Starting about, I want to say yesterday this thing dropped. Yeah, yesterday this thing dropped. It is on early access. It is called Goat of Duty. It is gory. It is ragdolly. It is funny. You can play dead like a real goat. That's all I have. It's like Unreal Tournament, but with goats. That's how I'm seeing it. And I love Unreal Tournament.
How long do you think before there's a possum DLC? Do they play possum?
I love possums. Possums.
Now, American possums or like other countries' possums? Because our possums are fucking scary compared to other countries.
They're scary, but they'll eat the fleas, and they don't carry any diseases.
Still scary.
They're still scary. They'll still open up their mouth and just go.
I don't understand why we have possums that look like they're inbred, and every other country has cute possums.
I beg your pardon?
Pull up the Australian possum. Like, it's cute.
I probably spelled that wrong. I did.
Yeah. Those are adorable.
Oh, bushtails. Right. No, there's other ones.
Yeah, no, he pulled up the Australian possum, the bushtails. They're cute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
To be fair, I prefer the American. I love it.
Look at it. It's a photo of the American possum compared to a photo of the Australian possum or the bushtail.
I swear I thought I saw
Are they
some.
bush babies also, or is bush baby something else?
Ringtail possum, bushtail. I don't know. Let's look it up.
I feel like bush baby is the same thing.
Oh my god,
it's right there.
it is right there.
No, bush baby is something different.
Something different, but
Yeah,
pretty much the same.
Pizza Toru. He's a little Instagram guy. He's a bush baby.
Oh. He have class. He have sass. But most importantly, he scream at own ass.
My aunt was sitting on my patio when I lived in California, and a possum came running through, and she screamed so fucking loud. It was hilarious. I'm gonna tell her I told the story. Are you serious? Someone got a tattoo of this? Someone got a tattoo of the possum that screams at his own ass with the he scream at his own ass. Right, at own ass.
Yeah. And it's not the only one. There's more.
Yeah, I'm seeing them.
Where the fuck are the actuals? I love possums. They're just so good.
Back to your video games.
Back to my video games. But yeah, goats. Yeah, goats and guns. And the other one, for those who know, I fucking love Cthulhu. And what I don't like, though, is a little bit of space travel with my Cthulhu, because, I mean, he's already a cosmic being, but having it on Mars seems a little weird, but I'll let it...
Well, we found water on Mars.
Did we?
I don't know. I'm just assuming.
Oh, okay. But even still, Halloween 2019 comes a game called Moons of Madness, and it just caught my attention. There's 12 minutes of gameplay on YouTube right now if you want to go look it up. It looks dark. Like, not like blood and guts and all that shit. It is physically dark.
So sometime in October. I don't know if it's actually going to be on Halloween, which would be the 31st of October. It just says Halloween 2019.
Halloween, I'll assume.
I'm assuming it might be the 31st, but I've also heard other things. They're like Halloween 2019, and then or 2018 or whatever, and then it's like, oh, it's coming out on like the Halloween week, and it's like, okay, you should have just given us a day. But I'm gonna assume October 31st, especially for the countries that don't know when Halloween is, because not all countries celebrate Halloween.
Okay, that was kind of cool. It had something where just out of the peripheral of your flashlight, something shifted, and when he went to adjust, it was already gone. Like, I'm like, I love shit like that. Oh, I love it. It makes me so happy.
I mean, this is a nice merging of two things, because there's been plenty of space horror between movies and video games. You know,
Yeah.
in space, nobody can hear you scream.
Alien Isolation.
Alien Isolation, Dead Space.
There's a lot of others.
Is Lost Planet considered a horror game?
No.
Okay, I didn't actually play it, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, no. I found it to be very bland and boring to me.
All three?
2 and 3. I only played 2 and 3. I never had a chance to play 1.
Well, then maybe you missed the best one, probably, you know.
Maybe.
Let's be honest, Dead Space 1 is pretty fucking good.
But 2. Bro.
I like 1 better than 2.
I like 2 better than 1. Because
nobody really likes 3.
No one likes 3. The only way I have managed to crawl through it was when me and Coderbug managed to...
I still haven't finished it.
Yeah, the only reason we managed to is because we tried to make fun of it as we kept going.
Pretty sure I'm towards the end, and I lost the hard drive it's on.
Oh.
Yep.
Sorry to hear.
Shit happens.
Damn shame. But that's all the gaming news I have. I'm excited for this. Mm-hmm. I did enjoy the very last minute of the last minute of this trailer. Where
you got to see some tentacles.
Where a man comes crawling over this control panel, is leaning far back limbo style, but then slinks forward, tentacles coming from both his chest and his face, and lets out a non-equating yell. It's loud, but it does not scream.
This is also while there's big tentacles going on outside a window.
That too. And I'm just like, okay, I'm down for it. The other one we've been playing, Sinking City.
We put another week into that, and I'm less pissy.
I'm less pissy. Also,
I've got a better handle for the game. I'm doing a lot better. I'm still dying from shit that clips through, so hopefully we get an update soon.
I'm hoping we do get an update, because there's a bit of mission that I can't progress because of, I don't want to say like a hardship, but I can't do that one, so I've been doing side shit.
Have you contacted their support?
I haven't done QA in a while, but if I had to, I would say this is a red because it's a stop. So
I mean, you just need to send a message that says, "Ayo, bitch, game broken."
yo, shit broke. Fix it. Riot, fix your game.
Nice gopher whistle.
I know.
I do them every now and then. I want to be able to actually do it on purpose.
Oh, I can do it on purpose.
I cannot.
What?
Please don't.
Oh God.
That was rough.
That was a real rough one because when you said stop, I inhaled. But like, I like it. I love it. I love the atmosphere.
You want some more of it?
I want some more of it. It's just I had to stop. I had to stop it. I went back to Origins and I kept going with Origins. I'm almost done from what I'm feeling. I'm loving it. I'm loving Origins. I might actually go back and play the rest of Assassin's Creed. The only downside is I'm going to probably have too easy of a time going through the other Assassin's Creed because they don't gate you off from anything. You can just go. Right?
Yeah, yes and no. Some of the other games, there's a lot of traveling between cities over time, like 'cause you're kind of completing a story. So it's like you kind of work a city at a time.
Okay, well, I also know that it's kind of the similar way with Black Flag. I only played that for maybe...
Black Flag, you kind of have free range to do whatever.
Yeah, I only played that for about 20 minutes, but I kind of need to crawl back into that one, too.
My issue with Black Flag was that it felt like it was more about the ship and the hunting and like whales and sharks and shit than anything else, because you really depended on that equipment upgrades that you would get from those.
Oh.
And I was like, is this an Assassin's Creed game, or is this you testing a platform for a pirate game we still don't have?
Oh, yeah, that's right. They are the ones behind Skull and Bones, aren't they?
Yep, that we still don't have.
Yeah, and they didn't announce anything, so I'm curious if they're even still putting that into production.
The last announcement we got, it was a month or two ago, and it was delayed. Again.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hold my head high for a good pirate game anytime soon.
But it's kind of like
I mean,
I enjoyed Arkham Knight.
Sea of Thieves is still going strong.
Yeah,
technically, I played it, and it's not bad. I actually like.
I enjoyed Sea of Thieves. The problems I have with Sea of Thieves are never going to change. The problems I have with Sea of Thieves is that there is no general safe area. You're always going to be attacked by people. You always lose your shit. You always lose your ship. It's just going to keep happening. The only thing you can hope is that you've got enough friends online
to help you fight them off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
But with the whole feeling like, it was just all about the boat and the hunting. Like, it was boat simulator, It's just like Arkham Knight. I liked Arkham Knight. I actually really liked the story, but at the end, it was Batmobile simulator.
That's not good.
So, but yeah, no, I've got the whole collection for Assassin's Creed, so you're welcome to try the others if you want.
I definitely will. The only problem that pulled me out from Assassin's Creed was the ending of Assassin's Creed 2, where it was the aliens / the beginnings / Adam and Eve and the Apple of Eden. And I was like, so you had this all giving power be lost for time from when Altair to Ezio, which was Ezio
Auditore.
Yeah. Okay. Even still, you had it lost for 600 years. No one found it. No one cared for it. It all mattered on a specific bloodline.
Let's think. The assassins are supposed to be the ones that can't be corrupted by it.
Yeah.
But I feel the biggest plot hole is that...
aliens.
No, because...
That's me. It just felt really out of place.
I got less of a feeling of aliens and more of a feeling of the humans before the humans.
The primordials, technically.
Yeah, they were the ones before us, basically, and they died out because of an event. And they left stuff behind to try to save others from the same fate. And those that found it mistook it as religion. And then others, that found it were corrupted by the power.
Corruption.
So,
do it.
I think where I fell out is that I felt like they were trying to drag the story out a little too much. Like, I've played all of them except Odyssey. It started becoming so much about, the timelines of the games are set in, which is great, that the present day story is really being dragged.
Now, I will say, the character that they had that was running the Animus for Origins, I didn't know who that was. And so I had to do a little bit of digging to figure out who it was. I kind of should have known who it was because I should have gone through the games. But having a little bit of preface might have... a nice run-up for it might have been smart.
Well, so like put it this way, there's so much dragging going in the modern day storyline that I got more excited by the Watch Dogs connection between Black Flag and Watch Dogs 1 than I did actually through the connections of Black Flag and Rogue.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. I'll go back. I'll mess around with the other ones. I want to finish Origins. I'm slowly becoming interested in Egyptian subculture and religion and all the gods of Egyptian, because you showed me Moon Knight, and I've been playing Origins, so that's a lot of Egyptian culture.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't know what I'm gonna do for the next week. I've got a lot on my mind.
Well, finish off some games.
Yeah. Maybe hop back into Persona 5 after all this time.
Yeah, I'm not touching that.
Yeah.
I feel so far behind on the Persona thing. I know nothing.
You can hop right into any of them.
But we're going to call it there. Tonight is Gene Wilder night, and we'll see you guys next week with that.
I cast Magic Missile.